screen, but I don't understand why the green screen disappears. So. If you give your love to me. This one is dead. And the light is not very bright. I don't know how I can charge it. I don't know if to charge it. Mm, okay, it's midnight, and I promised to stream tonight for at least 2 hours, but I am not sure it's going to be up to 2 hours because I need to sleep. So let's see how tonight's live is gonna go. If you give your love to me, I'm not gonna let you go. I could do it, but I like skin tight. I could do it by your side. I could do it, but I like skin tight. Okay, so let's see if I'm going to get any viewer. It's I just started my live stream again. Today I did a live stream earlier at noon, I think around 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. So it's on my live stream playlist, so you can check it out. So that's gone off. Stop in my eyes. Oh, I'm feeling sleepy. Let's see if I can go for 1 hour. I wanted to stream for 2 hours, but I'm just gonna do 1 hour or 30 minutes if I don't get any viewers before then. So tonight, I want to talk about my trip back to Lagos from Cross River State, Obudu, Obudu to be precise. I don't know if I should turn on this other light. Hold on, let me turn on this other light. Maybe it's gonna look brighter. Still looking. Anyways, okay, like this. So I want to talk about my trip from Cross River State to Lagos, back to Lagos on Saturday, 13th of September, and I arrived yesterday, 11 a.m. Sunday morning, 14th of September, 2025. It was hectic, it was stressful, it was terrible, but at the same time, it was good because we came back alive. Probably would have gotten back in Lagos in dead body bags or burnt to ashes or crushed to death by probably like a trailer, or worst case scenario, no survivors, something tragic would have happened, or probably if you survive the accident it might be broken bones or something. But thank God thank God for life. Thank God for that miracle that happened. So honestly, I really have interesting vlogs. It's just that I've not been able to like have the chance to post and edit them to put on my channel, but very soon. I promise very soon. So on Saturday morning, we went to the park in Obudu to book a ride. After the uni, I went to Obudu in I think second week, or I think the last week of, no, second to the last week of August. I think August 21 or 22. And I decided that I said I was only going to stay for 1 week. But then when I went back to visit my mom in town, she lives in the town, but I just say village because as long as it's not Lagos, I call it village. So I just said, oh, in my mind I was like, I'm only going to stay for 1 week. I didn't pack a lot of clothes, just a small carry-on bag, and I left. Going there was a bit hectic. Going to Blue, our bus fell spoiled along that Bini Highway. Bini Highway, the bus broke down because of a bump, and the bus was carrying a lot of load. So this is the only bus that goes straight to Abuja from the island, but they have another one from the mainland. Those people that live in Ajegule, those places. So, and they also have one for the people that live in island. Unlike GUO doesn't go directly to Obudu. They only stop at Ogoja. So this one was like a local man from Obudu that said, oh, I just noticed that whenever my people want to come to Obudu, they don't have a direct bus, and he started his own transport company. But it's managed poorly, I would say. They carry too much load, and most of the times when the bus breaks down, it's always the load. So it's always their usual um, um, procedure. Anytime you follow that bus, the bus must break down. And I didn't know because I never followed them before. It was when I followed them I started hearing about the stories. So fortunately, we left Lagos when I was going, and we spent hours on the road. And eventually, the bus broke down because of the load and the bumpy road in Benin. So I think what they say break in the engine side or whatever close to the tires. So we had to stop in a busy area for safety. We stopped in Benin. I made a record of that, and we spent jokingly totally 3 hours just to get that bus fixed. So we stopped there around, let's say we stopped there around I think 6 or 5 p.m. and we left there around 9 p.m. So we spent literally 3.5 hours fixing that box. I mean, kept on going. So going was not really that bad, unless except for the bus breakdown. And also when we go to the Benin Expressway, I don't know which particular place they call that place, but there's one particular place on the Google map. It shows Benin Shagamu Expressway. There's this particular side of that highway where trailers always moves. You pass that road for more than 30 minutes, 1 hour, you're still along that Benin road. So the trailers there are very much, like you see more than 20 trailers packed, including the ones that are moving. So we almost got trapped in that in the middle of those trailers. But thank God that the driver was an experienced driver. So we were able to get out of that place, and that was how we continued our journey until we got to Cross River State Obudu the next morning around 8:30 a.m. It was on a Thursday of I think it was on the Friday. We left on the Thursday and I arrived on a Friday. So it was literally more than 24 hours journey for me, because I left the house to the park around 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. I got to the park around 6 a.m. So it was literally more than 24 hours for me. So going to Obudu, I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed the place. My plan was literally to stay for 1 week, but I stayed more than 1 week because When I got there, I thought the New Yam Festival was in August, but they say it was in September, first Saturday of September. So I waited for the New Yam and I had other things I was doing, which I'm not gonna mention. So I had fun. I went to visit my uncles, meet my cousins, new cousins that were just they just put to bed, two younger cousins, older cousins, the ones that have traveled out. So it was nice. It was good. I ate akpu fufu, the real akpu. I ate real natural food. Like literally all the food I ate in Obudu were fresh food from farm. Whether you buy it from the market or you pluck it from the back of your backyard, from the back of your house, because literally everybody have a farm close by in back of their house, and they also have farms that are also far from their house, like the mountains and other villages where they bought lands or where their father owns lands or something like that. So literally that is one of the advantages of living in the village or in places like that. All the food are fresh. There's nothing like GMO or canned food. You cook your food fresh and eat it fresh. So that is one of the reasons why those people are always more healthier and they grow bigger than people in the city. They look healthier than and strong. Like a child of like my cousin. I have a cousin that is just 10 years old and he's already riding a bike and he looks older than his age. But looks very healthy and strong. Like so I enjoyed everything. I ate real native corn. It was kind of whitish in color. I enjoyed akpu. Oh my god. And literally, these people eat apple every day. Some people almost 3 times a day. Apple in the morning, apple in the night, apple in the afternoon. The only thing they change is probably the soup. And only if the previous soup has finished. But everything else is fun, fresh food, peaceful people. It just feels so exciting to be in a city where everyone speaks almost the same language. There are still other languages in Obudu, but in Obudu particularly, almost everybody speaks Obudu and English. Everyone there is very educated. Just that they're not really that exposed to some things that happen in town, in cities, but they're very well educated. Like even an old person that you think that does not know how to speak English or might be an illiterate is actually a graduate and has gone to school and studied different courses. So yeah, that's one thing about Obudu. It's very peaceful. Communities are peaceful. Everyone respect each other, and they're always amused. Like when I went to Obudu and I got a henna tattoo, I went to the Awusa quarters where the Awusa stays, and I got this henna tattoo. This one is coming off already, and they were staring at me. Man, if you see the way these people were staring at me, like when someone is staring at you and you're looking at them, they will just take away their face. But no, this one they are staring at you and like, and they will be asking you, why did you put this on your hand? What did you put this on your hand? Are you they used to ask me in Obudu, are you a Muslim? Are you a Amaria, like someone's wife, or you're about to get married? I just, even on my toes, I draw some, see, henna tattoo on my leg and foot. So it was very adventurous. I was really amazed. Everyone is riding bike, even little children of that age. Everyone knows how to ride, both men and women. In fact, it was so fun. I enjoyed it. I had to come back because I had things to do. If not, I would stay there for longer. Hi, welcome to my live stream. So it was an adventure. Even though I didn't get the time to do some kind of vlogs that I want, because I didn't even have a drone, and we have so much beautiful landscape. We have hills, mountain dams, and they are also building the airport for in Obudu, close to where I live. So there's an airport there. I just wish they'll finish this airport very soon, so you can just take direct flight instead of all those bus stress. And yeah, it was all fun. Really, I enjoyed every bit of staying in Obudu. Just that things are really expensive. So if you, apart from food, If you're buying, let's say you're buying a bottle of water or minerals or something that is not fresh food, it's going to be expensive. Something that they sell in Lagos for like 1,000 naira, they sell it in Obudu for like 2,005 naira. I said 2,005 naira, 2,500 naira or 3,000 naira. So that's how expensive. It's just like the Accra of Obudu, you know. So things are just a little bit more expensive there because most of the things they buy from Onitsha or from Lagos, mostly from Onitsha. So they add their way bill, but they still add extra, you know, just to be greedy. But everyone is hustling, you know. And there are a lot of Igbos there in Obudu. I don't know why Igbos are always everywhere. There are Igbos there. Most of them are the ones doing most of the business, selling other stuff apart from food. They're selling. They have pharmacies. They have boutique. They have the ones that sell all these solar panels. They have the ones that sell speakers, okrika, gas stuff, those cooking stuff, household items. Mostly Igbo peoples. And what about Obudu? Obudu people are very beautiful, especially the women. When you go to Obudu, you see beautiful women. Women mount, men mount, everybody guard, you know, and everybody is peaceful. But what about the bad side? For me, the bad side of Obudu, what would I say? It's literally Nigeria, so there's good and bad everywhere. Literally, for now, there's not really much of a bad side. The bad side that we talk about in my village, when I went to visit my village, my grandfather's house from my mother's side, the only problem was that the light in the village is not very stable, but they used to have light in the town. But the village, some part of the village doesn't have network, like my grandfather's village. There's no network in some areas, not everywhere, but in some areas. When you go inside the village, some places don't have network, and the light also. So that's one of the disadvantages. But there's good roads, there's clean water. Everybody have wells. They dug wells. Only in the city where they have borehole and tap. But most people in the village, they have wells in their compound. Everybody dig their own well, and most of them drink water from the well or the stream. People still drink stream water, well water. Some people drink pure water, but I never seen anybody that drink bottled water. Only me when I went there, I was drinking bottled water. Everybody there just literally drinks, let's say, highest sachet water. It's only two people like me that go to visit them that drink bottled water because I don't want to fall ill. Yeah, but at some point I drank the borehole water because I ran out of bottled water at that moment and I couldn't get some that night, so I had to drink the borehole water because I would have choked. What else? I had fun. I ate a lot of good fruit, especially I ate a lot of guava, or guava. Those guava trees, when they see us coming, they start to run away. I ate guava. There was orange. There's one fruit we call a nickelbeke. In English, it means the English granite. I don't know how. It doesn't have an English name that I know of. I ate cola. We have a cola nut tree, pear tree, orange tree, a lot of trees that I don't really even know. We have cocoa. I had cocoa also, the ripe one. Just lick the seed and what else? I had a lot of stuff. And on the New Yam Day, New Yam Festival, I had melon cake. So melon cake apparently is very special. They only do it on New Yam's Day, which is once every year. So I had melon cake. They make it with egusi melon. So they make it as a cake. They have a procedure. It's very hard to make, seriously. It's very, very hard to make. Hi, welcome to my live stream. Please leave a comment below. Leave a comment below so I can see your comments. So that is my adventure that I had in Obudu. I also went to visit the airport, but they didn't allow us to make videos when we got there. The soldiers, they didn't allow us to make videos. I think because the project is still kind of private. And they never even saw it in the news one day. I just heard about it. Since I was little, they've been building airports. And the one that we were building before, they just abandoned it. Now they are building a new one. So I don't know. I just hope and pray they eventually finish this new airport in Obudu Cross River State so that we can get a direct flight. And when they open the airport, it will bring more tourists in because we already have the Obudu Ranch, but I heard it's kind of abandoned. Some part of it has been abandoned, but it's still operating. I wanted to visit the Obudu Ranch, but I already spent a lot of money, so I was just running low on cash. So I didn't want to just like exhaust my money. I was like, okay, next time I'm gonna come there prepared with a drone, probably with my friends. So we're going to tour around there. You know, I'm going to go in with a drone because Obudu have such beautiful landscape. I'm telling you, I'm not capping. I'm going to post those videos very soon eventually. So this is what I wanted to talk about. Now coming back, was it very traumatic experience. I'm traumatized. PTSD. I don't even know where to start telling this story. So when we were coming, the bus driver, we loaded three passengers on a seat, but they were carrying a lot of load. But this time, I didn't know. I thought we were going to go back the same because I followed the same bus company. So they load. I waited for them to load the bus. They took almost 4 hours to load the bus. It's 6 p.m. We left around 10 a.m. So they loaded for how many hours? And only to find out that they were going to load the bus with 4 passengers. And this seat was only meant for 3 people. And this is not a journey from Lekki to Aja or CMS to Aja. It was like Lagos, Obudu to Lagos. Obudu is not child's play. If you check on Google Map, it's going to show you 13 hours, but it literally is more than that. It's literally more than that, but Google is just giving you an estimate, okay? So, so if care is not taken into, it will extend to more than 24 hours trip, which is what we experienced. So, basically, they now forced us inside the bus, 4 people in a city. It was literally tight. They put loads everywhere. There was load under the chair, palm oil, gari, rice, bag, yam. They prioritize people luggage, people weigh bill more than the actual humans. And most of the people carrying those load are also inside the car, inside the bus, but they were also complaining when they are the ones always carrying overload. I mean, I didn't even carry a lot of load, but I had to suffer. Sit down inside the bus like a robot. They were literally squeezed inside the bus like sardines, like geisha. I thought it was a joke. I complained. I cried. I para. Instead of the driver to talk calmly at you, he will be shouting back at you, cursing and saying all sort of bullshit. So along the way, we had to make some like 3 or 4 stops first. Just like we've not even left Obudu, we're saying the Obudu local government, like before we even got to Ogoja. Some people were already throwing up on people's body. Like 2 people literally threw up on someone's body and it was disgusting. I thank God I was not sitting close to those people. I would have screamed and that bus would not have moved again because what the fuck? What the actual fuck? They would just refund my money and take me back to Obudu. So, to cut the long story short, our boys eventually spoiled. The first one was in Asaba. The clutch was not working. It was going off and on. We got stuck in traffic. At the first time when we got stuck in traffic, where the clutch spoiled, where we spent more than 30 minutes there, the 2 people were fighting behind me because the lady behind me was trying to complain that she couldn't stretch her leg properly and her legs are swollen, she's feeling pain, and the lady behind was trying to tell her that, oh, please don't complain. If you complain, the driver is not even going to feel sorry. He's going to just get angry and start shouting back at you. So while the lady was trying to talk to her, she was already angry and irritated and frustrated. She also snapped back at the lady like, please let me talk, I have every right to complain, blah 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 blah. Before you knew it, because the girl is younger like me, she has small body and she's younger, and the woman is like bigger than her. All these elderly people that they always want respect, but they don't respect themselves first. The next thing the woman did was like started insulting her and talking to her rudely, and she also responded. And before you know it, the woman at the back stretched her hand and started fighting her, and she was sitting in front of the lady. So the woman at the back had more opportunity to like attack her. And someone did that to me also when I was going to Obudu. One stupid boy, for that matter, one lousy goat. I don't even want to talk about that. I wish I knew. I would have recorded his face so I'll post him online to show what idiot he is that lacks home training. Anyways, so the woman attacked the lady and they tried to sort out the issue. And while that was going on, the driver was also trying to fix the bus. So the driver also got frustrated and started shouting. And the assistant driver was also shouting at him. I have the video of that one literally. I had to record that one because I didn't record some of the bad things that was happening on the road. But this one I was like, I must record this one. But I didn't record it directly when it happened, but some parts I recorded it. Hi! It was full chaos. I was just like, God, I just want to get home. How did I get into this mess? A woof, the tombele, oh God. I was just like, oh my God. Devastated. I could not even complain. Anyways, after that, we managed to move the car to Asaba. There was a big filling station called Rain Oil, and we parked there for safety sake. So anytime they are traveling and the bus is about to break down or faulty, they always try their best to move it to where people are always like places that are active, like a filling station. It's mostly a filling station. A filling station is the most active place, whether at night or in daytime, especially at night. So we always park there. So that was where we came down for a break. Everybody had to go for food or snacks. Me, I don't eat when I travel. I only eat snacks, so I don't have to have running stomach. You don't want to be purging while you're traveling. They might not stop for you on time, so you don't want to poop on your body. I even had to control my water intake. So as I only had to pee when there's a actual stop, so I don't have to disturb or feel press while I was traveling. So when we got to Ausaba, we waited for 3 hours until they finally fixed the bus by themselves. There was no mechanic. They fixed the bus by themselves, actually, the two drivers. And we eventually started driving for hours until we got to Bini Expressway. That was after we got to Bini Expressway. We made a stop. The driver wanted to give us something, so everybody got down to pee and everything, and immediately we got back in the bus and we started moving. After we left, that place was just like 10 minutes away from that place where we made a stop, and the driver switched to the other driver because they always have two drivers in the bus that will help in case the other driver is tired or needs a rest. So they switched. So the other driver was driving very rough, very very rough. He knows that the road is bumpy. He was just driving anyhow, and that was how this man saw those bump on those Benin Expressway. Instead of him to slow down, was just passing them with speed. And the first one, we felt it, and everybody was, even the people that were asleep in the bus had to wake up. They were like, "Guy, drive slow now, calm down." And when you even tell him to drive slowly, he will be arguing with you that, "Come, don't tell me what to do. This is my job. I have experience." So everybody was just like, "Driver, I beg, drive slow now. Say you carry load. Say this one." Baba did not answer. He kept on driving, and eventually he got to the actual road bump. After passing the potholes, there was road bump ahead. He didn't see that, so that road bump pothole he passed was already rough. So he was still struggling to stay stable on the road, and he got to that road bump. He didn't see the time. That's how he just passed it with high speed, with those heavy load in the boot. The two flat tires just went boof. I mean, at the back. And besides, those tires at the back were already lessening because of the load. It just went boof. We just heard a loud explosion at the back. And before you know, the bus lose control. Driver was struggling. Trust Nigerians now. Hey, Jesus. Some people were shouting, blood of Jesus. Hey! My life flashed before my eyes. I said, so I go take die today. No be this one no be joke. People were just shouting Jesus. And imagine that the driver panics like the passenger. He would have just totally lost control. Or let's just say the brake failed. And that road was where trailers were always passing. Trailers are always passing. And even while we were driving, trailers was passing. But when that incident wanted to happen, there was no trailer passing. That was how God saved us. You see, miracles happen. That is why I always believe in miracles. As I'm saying this and I'm having goosebumps. If not, you'd have heard that I was probably dead or something bad happened. Probably because that kind of crash, even if you survive it, you come out with bruises or serious injuries. You know, some people might not even survive because the bus was going on high speed. It's not even slow, high speed. He lost control and he was struggling for more than 5 seconds. He was struggling to hold the brake. 10 seconds before he was able to get hold of the brake and stop in the middle of the road. And imagine if there was trailer behind us, and those trailers, they're always moving on high speed. Dangote trailers, all these other trailers. Imagine they were behind us and they just hit us like this. You know, trailers always crush. They don't just hit you and you just go one side. They will crush you. It was a miracle. Hey, miracle. No dey tire Jesus. Oh. Miracle. I see miracle for my koro eyes. I survived accident. Thank God. The bus never didn't fall, didn't stumble. The driver was able to control and hold the brakes, and then everybody was like, this kind of thing. Even though you know the driver is at fault, you cannot blame him because you just survived an accident that was supposed to happen. So this is why I say maybe it was village people. Village people. Not from my own village. Maybe other people that are village people was following them. So I'll just say it's village people, but God save us from village people. Probably from Benin Winch, because that Benin place, that Benin highway, there's always accident happening there every fucking time. Well, we came through. Anyways, so we stayed, we parked, and they had to change the tire. The tire got torn, the two tires, and thank God the driver carried some spare tires, like two. Imagine if he carried only one, we'll still be stranded there because even if they fix one, we can't move with the other tires that's torn. So we had to spend another 2.5 hours there in the middle of the night. And this is most of the place that robbery occurs. Let me just tell you that this trip was not just about surviving that accident, it was about passing dangerous places where they kidnap and rob people at ungodly hours. You don't even know when it might happen, you know. So we were lucky because we've already literally passed all the checkpoints, you know. So we were not even close to a checkpoint. So if something had happened, we would have been cooked, you know. So we stayed there. They told us to off our lights. Nobody should bring their phone out. They are going to use their own torchlight. So they told us to stand close to the bus or behind the bus, beside the bus, the other side where I was facing the bush. So we stood there and waited for 2.5 hours, and they fixed the bus, continued our trip, and that was how we continued from I think we continued around 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. and we arrived in Lagos around 11 a.m. God, it was not easy. This is why I don't like to travel interstate. This is why the last time I visited my village, my state, was in 2017 when my grandfather died and we had to go for his burial. Since then till now, so I gave literally 10 years gap. So I was like, with this experience I've had with this bus company and this road incident, I'm going to give another 10 years gap, but it might not be up to that, but at least 1 or 2 years gap before I go there again, because it's not always good to show your face in the village, because apart from the enjoyment, there's also village people, witches and wizards, that would not like to see you progress. This will not be lie. No. Those of us that know, if you know, you know. So once in a while we go there, some of them might not even really know you, so they cannot really attack you. It's only the family members and that might attack you. That's if you have witches and wizards in your family. Either ways, I came back safe and sound, and I thank God for Johnny mercies. And I brought some new yams. I didn't bring a lot of stuff. I brought some new yams, egusi, groundnut, palm oil. Mm, that's all. I wanted to bring orange. What happened to my orange? Anyways, I finished my orange before I left. Um, that was all. It was hectic, scary. Even when I wanted to go, I was scared. That was why I made my live stream before I left. I said I was going to do something dangerous. I like to do things when I'm scared because at the end, it's not always what you expect or what you think is going to happen that will happen. So I took the risk. I went to visit my mom, went to visit my village people. I enjoyed my stay. I was warmly welcomed by everyone. And yeah, that was where I've been. Now I've answered the question, where have I been? That's where I've been. So I'm still gonna travel again very soon, but I'm not gonna say where until when I get there because of village people. Either ways, that's the end of my story for tonight. I'm just gonna leave this here so you can watch it. I think I will just change the title, but for now I'm just gonna leave it at this. I'm gonna title it My Adventures and Tragic My Adventures and Traumatic Experience Road Trip to Obudu, Cross River State. Yes, that's what I'm gonna name it. Thank God I survived. Thank God. It's not my time to die, so I'm not gonna die. Anyways, that's all. That's the end of my story. Hi, welcome to my live stream. I'm just gonna leave this live stream here so you guys can watch it later. And also, if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel and check out my channel. Check out my channel. Give me a thumbs up. Support my community. And also, the goal is to get to 1,000 followers. Is it followers or subscribers? Yeah, 1,000 subscribers. I'm still stuck between less than 200 followers, which is not good. So please, if you come across my channel or my live stream, please support me, subscribe, like and share. Thank you. I think I'm done with my story, so I'm going to end this live stream in 1 hour. 1 hour is too far. I'm tired. I need to sleep early. I'm still trying to recover from that travel stress, traumatic travel stress. How do you call it? PTSD or OTD or whatever it's called. I'm traumatized. I need to heal and recover. Oh, it's not easy, man. So I'm going off. In fact, I'll have to go off now so I can sleep. I'm going off to get some rest and I'll be back here tomorrow. I'm gonna stream maybe in the morning or midday. I don't know, I might be busy tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'll be busy, but I'll try to stream tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow evening or noontime or midnight like this. So bye, take care. I hope you enjoy my live stream and my narration of my trip to Obudu, Cross River State. And see you in my next live stream. Bye. Bye. You came late, one viewer.